Have you ever felt truly cornered, trapped by circumstances, with every path forward blocked, every direction fraught with peril? In those moments, when the weight of the world presses down, and what seems like an inevitable end looms large, it's easy to despair. But I'm here to tell you that sometimes, what appears to be the end is simply a powerful, albeit terrifying, new beginning. Life, in its magnificent tapestry, is interwoven with threads of both joy and profound challenge. We are all, at some point, called to face trials that test the very fiber of our being. Many will falter. Many will surrender to the overwhelming pressure, allowing fear to dictate their fate. But there are those, a special few, who choose a different path. Those who, when faced with an onslaught of difficulties, refuse to be broken. They cling to their purpose. They persevere with their goals. And in doing so, they don't just survive, they make history. They remind us that even in the darkest valleys, the human spirit, when guided by calm resolve and unwavering focus, can find a way to triumph. Let me share with you a story, an ancient parable that perfectly encapsulates this profound truth. Imagine, if you will, a magnificent deer. It was a creature of grace and beauty, but on this particular day, it was utterly consumed by a desperate thirst. The sun beat down mercilessly, and its throat was parched, its body aching for water. It had been searching for hours, its instincts screaming for relief. Finally, it spotted a glimmer, a promise of life-giving water in the distance. With renewed hope, it pushed through the dense undergrowth, its heart pounding with anticipation. But as it approached the shimmering pool, a fresh wave of terror washed over it. The world, it seemed, had conspired against this gentle creature. To its right, it suddenly heard the rustle of leaves, the unmistakable sound of human movement. Two hunters, armed with bows and arrows, were stealthily tracking it. Their eyes gleamed with the thrill of the chase, their intentions clear. The deer froze, its eyes wide with fear. But before it could even begin to process this immediate threat, another danger revealed itself. To its left, a low growl vibrated through the air, sending shivers down its spine. A powerful lion, its muscles rippling beneath its tawny coat, emerged from the shadows, its gaze fixed on the deer. The king of the jungle, hungry and formidable, saw an easy meal. Panic began to rise, a cold knot in its stomach. But the horrors were not yet complete. As the deer frantically scanned its surroundings, its nostrils flared, catching the acrid scent of smoke. Behind it, a raging forest fire, sparked by a lightning strike or a careless human hand, was rapidly advancing. Flames licked at the trees, creating a wall of heat and a terrifying roar that swallowed all other sounds. The fire was closing in, cutting off any retreat. And then, to complete this nightmare, ahead of it, beyond the water it so desperately craved, lay a sheer, impassable cliff. There was no escape in that direction either. Consider the deer's predicament, surrounded on all sides. Hunters to its right, a lion to its left, a roaring fire behind it, and an insurmountable cliff ahead. Every single escape route was blocked by an immediate, life-threatening danger. What would you do in such a moment? Most of us, I imagine, would succumb to utter panic. We would run blindly, cry out in despair, or simply collapse, overwhelmed by the sheer hopelessness of the situation. The deer, too, felt the surge of primal terror. Its heart hammered against its ribs, its legs trembled, and a scream was caught in its throat. But then, something remarkable happened. In the face of absolute annihilation, a strange calm descended upon the deer. It looked at the hunters, then at the lion, then at the fire, and finally at the cliff. It understood the gravity of its situation. It knew, instinctively, that any attempt to flee in a specific direction would only lead it directly into the jaws of one predator, or the arrows of another, or the searing embrace of the flames. Instead of fragmenting its focus, instead of allowing the chaos to consume its mind, the deer made a profound choice. It decided to accept its fate. It looked at the water, the one thing it had been seeking all along, the one immediate goal it had set for itself before all these terrors converged. And in that moment of ultimate clarity, it decided that if it was to face its end, it would do so with its immediate purpose fulfilled. Its goal was water. Its goal was to quench its thirst. And so, with a quiet, powerful resolve, it lowered its head and began to drink. It focused on the one thing it could do. The one goal it had, letting go of the fear of all the things it and then, as if the universe itself had been holding its breath, waiting for this moment of unwavering focus, the impossible began to unfold. Just as the deer began to drink, a sudden, powerful clap of thunder echoed through the forest. Dark clouds, which had been gathering unnoticed above the chaos, burst open. A torrential downpour began, a deluge that instantly began to douse the raging forest fire behind the deer. The flames hissed and sputtered, their terrifying roar diminishing into a whisper of steam. The immediate threat from the fire began to recede. Simultaneously, the hunters, startled by the sudden storm and the blinding flash of lightning that accompanied the thunder, lost their footing. In the confusion, one of the hunters, his bowstring already taut, accidentally released his arrow. The arrow, meant for the deer, flew wildly off course. And where did it land? With a sickening thud, it struck the lion, which had been just about 2 pounds, directly in the chest. The majestic predator roared in pain and collapsed, mortally wounded. The hunter, realizing his terrible mistake, let out a cry of dismay, and in the ensuing chaos of the storm and the injured lion, the two hunters abandoned their pursuit, retreating into the cover of the now rain-soaked woods. The dangers, which had moments ago seemed absolute and inescapable, had vanished as quickly and unexpectedly as they had appeared. The fire was extinguished by the rain, the lion was felled by a misplaced arrow, and the hunters had retreated. The deer, still drinking, raised its head. Its thirst finally quenched, it looked around at the now quiet, rain-washed forest. The air smelled of damp earth and fresh rain, not smoke and fear. It was safe. It had not just survived, it had achieved its goal. This profound story, often told in whispers of wisdom, carries an invaluable lesson for each of us. When problems come from all sides, when life seems to conspire against you, when you feel truly cornered and overwhelmed, panic is not your friend. Panic clouds judgment, drains energy, and blinds you to potential solutions. Instead, like the deer, we need to cultivate a deep inner calm. We need to quiet the frantic noise of fear and think clearly. The key is to focus on your immediate goal. What is the one thing you can do right now? What is the next logical step forward? Even if it feels small in the face of immense challenges, by concentrating on that singular, achievable goal. By taking that one step, you empower yourself. You demonstrate courage, patience, and the ability to make the right decisions, even under immense pressure. Often, when we commit to our purpose with such unwavering focus, when we persevere with our work and our goals, something miraculous happens. The very problems that seemed insurmountable, the obstacles that threatened to crush us, begin to resolve themselves. They might disappear on their own, or new opportunities might arise, or unexpected assistance might arrive, just as the rain and the errant arrow came for the deer. So, I urge you, don't be afraid of the challenges that life inevitably throws your way. Keep working towards your goals with steadfast determination. Don't worry about the criticisms or doubts of others. Their noise is just a distraction. Focus, persevere, and trust in your ability to navigate the storm. For it is through this combination of courage, patience, and unwavering focus that you will not only solve life's most daunting problems, but also achieve true success, earning admiration not just from others, but from the deepest part of your own resilient spirit. Remember that, dear, when all seems lost, stay calm, focus on your water, and watch as the impossible becomes possible.